You often hear that this is the day our life together begins. But today is not the beginning of you and me. It's the continuation of our story. It's one of a million memories I intend to create with you throughout our lives. Our story actually started 5 years ago with coffee, a walk, and an Irish bar.
2 weeks following our first date, Jake and I took a road trip to Idaho, and I told him that I found the woman that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with.
It started when you challenged me to a friend's trivia game, when you told me you loved me for the first time. It started when you bought a house and asked me to move in with you, and when you asked me to spend my life with you.
All it took for me to know was one simple smile at the Wild Rover bar while watching you enjoy band playing. That simple smile could light up the room and displayed your kindness, fun, honest, and selfless personality.
Looking at you right now, I know that this is a big moment, but the truth is that with you, all of them feel like big moments.
We have often spoken about how we felt that some special people in heaven had a word with God and urged him to bring us together on June 12th.
When I look at you right now, I see love and joy. I see my favorite part of my past, and I see every day for the rest of my life.
Sarah, all of our promises will be the foundation of our marriage, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to fulfill these promises.
Today, I promise to continue being your partner, your friend, and your biggest fan.
As I look at you now, there's nobody else I'd rather spend the rest of my life with, and I promise to work every day to be patient, to speak when necessary, and to just be quiet when all I need to do is listen.
I promise to be your teammate, not only cheering you on, but also rooting for the Wild, Vikings, Twins, and Gophers, as long as they aren't playing a Seattle team.
I promise to continue watching Disney movies over sports as long as it's not during the months of January, March, June, or October.
I promise to be the locator of lost things and to always help you find your seat again when you get lost at a concert.
I promise to never stop singing and dancing when my favorite song comes on.
I promise to be your peace in this chaotic world as you are for me.
I promise to be your rock and to always make our family's love and happiness my #1 priority.
I promise to be all of these things, just with a new title.
The best decision I made was giving you my heart, and I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with my best friend.
James, you may now kiss your beautiful bride. great pleasure to introduce to you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. James Linehan.
Sarah didn't grow up with brothers and sisters. She grew up with cousins. That's us. She does a lot of wonderful things. She's certainly tough, resilient, smart, adventuresome. All things which I know James loves and appreciates about her. Which we'd like to explain and also say, you're welcome. Having older cousins, she learned all kinds of important things. We think we helped her become resilient. Like as an infant, we took Scotch tape and put it on her thumb and her pinky, and she had to try to get it apart, which is surprisingly really hard for an infant. She couldn't figure out what happened, but look at her. Her hands seem fine now. Plus, they let us. Yes, they let us. They were there.
He is the youngest of four. Jack and I always said we tried to be the best parents, probably overprotective, thinking we had some influence when they were teenagers. And by the time Jim was a teenager, we just let it all go. Because we realized it really doesn't do a whole lot of good, but Jim turned out well.
Sarah's adventuresome. Most of you know that she'll do absolutely anything. I got to take her on an adventure for her birthday one year, and so I got to take her to a concert for her birthday. It happened to be my 21st birthday, which meant it was her 9th birthday, which, again, questionable on my Aunt Renee and Uncle Ron's decision-making skills.
When Jim called me right after he met Sarah, well, he was going through a hard time because he just lost his father, and he was just didn't know if he wanted to stay out here, which he loved out here, or just come home and work in the Twin Cities somewhere. Of course, as a mother, I'm kind of hoping he comes home, but I knew he wasn't going to live with me, but still, it's nice to have your kids in the area. But when he called, and I could tell this was the one just by the way he talked, and I was super happy for him.
Sarah's very confident. We feel like we helped her with that. We were flying to Disneyland one time, and my lovely brother, he was going, Sarah, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Because she had her little Walkman on and she'd been singing the whole time. And so he said, I get louder, louder, louder. So she stood up on her little chair and she sang like a virgin. We're all very happy that James sees and appreciates all of these things and appreciates all of our hard work. Seriously, though, we couldn't be happier that we see James and Sarah living this life. We're happy to welcome him into our life and that he appreciates and understands all of the craziness that we are.
This has been the best day ever, and their whole relationship has just been wonderful. It's kind of like light at the end of the tunnel after he lost his father and I lost my husband of 50 years. So we're just enjoying the happiness that I see in their face and their new life. And I guess all I can say is I know Jack's love and light is shining down on you tonight.
James, I love you to Paradise Falls and back, and I always will.